Top 10 Most Asked Questions About the Kawasaki KX 250 Plus Top Speed, Price and POV Ride Bike Focus Reviews. Welcome back to Bike Focus Reviews, the go-to channel for in-depth motorcycle insights, performance reviews, and answers to the most burning questions riders have today. In this video, we're diving deep into the top 10 most searched questions about the Kawasaki KX 250, a true legend in the motocross world. We'll also talk about its top speed, current price in the US, and give you a POV-style take to help you feel what it's like behind the bars. Let's kick things off. 1. Is the Kawasaki KX 250 good for beginners? The KX 250 isn't the ideal first bike for true beginners. With a high-revving engine, stiffer suspension, and aggressive throttle response, it's clearly built for riders with experience, especially those who plan to race or ride on technical tracks. While it's manageable for those stepping up from a smaller dirt bike, complete beginners might find it too abrupt, physically demanding, and hard to control in tight conditions. At Bike Focus Reviews, we recommend newer riders to start with something like the KLX 140 or CRF 250F before moving up to the KX 250 once they've got solid riding fundamentals under control. 2. How fast does the Kawasaki KX 250 go? Now to the adrenaline question, how fast does the KX 250 go? The top speed of the 2025 Kawasaki KX 250 is around 75 to 80 miles per hour, 120 to 128 kilometers per hour, in stock form. However, keep in mind, motocross bikes are built for acceleration, cornering, and throttle response, not straight-line speed. That said, with some sprocket tuning and aftermarket mods, you could squeeze a few more miles per hour. But even at 75 miles per hour, the real fun is in how quickly this bike gets there. It rips through the gears with an eagerness that thrills both seasoned racers and advanced off-road riders. 3. What is the difference between the KX 250 and KX 250F? Great question, and a common source of confusion. Simply put, the KX 250 and KX 250F are the same kind of bike, a four-stroke motocross machine. The F used to stand for four-stroke when Kawasaki still sold a two-stroke version years ago. Now, all KX 250s are four-stroke, and Kawasaki just dropped the F from the name. If you see KX 250F in used listings, you're looking at the same lineage, just an earlier model. Today's KX 250 is more refined, lighter, and more track-focused than ever. 4. Kawasaki KX 250 vs Yamaha YZ250F, which is better? This is a classic motocross rivalry. The KX 250 has an edge in handling and mid-to-top-end power, thanks to its nimble chassis and responsive engine. It corners with surgical precision, making it a favorite among technical riders. Meanwhile, the YZ250F brings strong low-end torque and plush KYB suspension, making it easier to control over rougher terrain. It's arguably better for riders who prefer torque-heavy power delivery and a more stable feel. At Bike Focus Reviews, we lean slightly toward the KX 250 for its racer-focused ergonomics and lightning-quick throttle response, but both bikes are top-tier. 5. What are the 2025 Kawasaki KX 250 updates or changes? The 2025 KX 250 brings thoughtful refinements rather than radical overhauls. New intake port design for smoother airflow and improved throttle control. Frame updates with better rigidity balance for improved corner entry and exit. Suspension revalving, offering better mid-stroke support without compromising plushness. Sleeker bodywork and a flatter seat profile, aiding rider movement and weight shifts. A fresh factory-style graphics kit for added flair. These updates fine-tune an already potent package, helping you shave off lap times without adding more stress. 6. How much does a Kawasaki KX 250 cost in the USA? Let's talk dollars. The MSRP for the 2025 Kawasaki KX 250 in the United States is around $8,899. After dealer fees, setup, and local taxes, most riders end up paying around $9,200 to $9,600 out the door. Want a more budget-friendly option? Lightly used 2022 to 2024 models often run between $5,000 and $7,500, depending on condition and mods. But if you're racing or want the latest features, the new model's refinements are worth it. 7. Is the KX 250 a good trail bike? In short, not really. The KX 250 is designed for motocross, and it shows. The gearing is tall, the suspension is stiff, and the motor prefers high RPMs, not slow technical trails. It lacks electric start, cooling fans, and a wide ratio transmission, all staples in trail or enduro bikes. If you're an aggressive trail rider with open terrain and jumps, it might work. But for tight woods, rocky paths, or long-distance adventure, you're better off with something like the KTM 250XCW, Honda CRF 250RX, or even the KLX 300R. 8. How to brake in a new Kawasaki KX 250. Braking in a new KX 250 is key for long engine life. Here's a simple guide. First 30 minutes, ride at low to mid RPM, avoiding full throttle. Let the engine go through heat cycles and cool it down fully. Next hour, vary your RPM more, allow brief bursts of acceleration, but still avoid wide open throttle. After 1 hour, change the oil and check for any metal shavings. Inspect all critical bolts and check chain tension. First 5 hours, keep revving moderate. Once broken in, you're good to let it rip on the track. At Bike Focus Reviews, we always stress proper break-in. It could be the difference between a strong season or a blown motor. 9. What's the top speed of the KX 250 2-stroke versus 4-stroke? The KX 250 2-stroke is a beast when it comes to raw acceleration and can hit 85 miles per hour, 137 kilometers per hour. Its lightweight and snappy throttle make it wild in the open. The 4-stroke KX 250, on the other hand, tops out closer to 75 to 80 miles per hour, but with a smoother, more manageable delivery and better overall traction. Both have their place, but for racing consistency and smoother handling, the 4-stroke is the go-to in 2025. 10. What maintenance is required for the Kawasaki KX 250? Keeping a KX 250 in peak shape isn't too hard, but it does require regular attention. Here's a breakdown. Oil change, every 3 to 5 hours. Air filter, clean or change after each ride. Valve inspection, every 15 to 20 hours. Chain cleaning and adjustment, every ride. Suspension servicing, every 20 to 30 hours. Coolant and brake check, weekly. Tire pressure and bolt check, every ride. Routine maintenance means more time riding and less time in the garage, or worse, waiting for parts. POV, riding the KX 250. Picture this, you're on the starting line. Helmet on. Goggles down. The gate drops, and you launch forward. The KX 250 hits the power band hard, gripping the dirt with every knob on the rear tire. You flick it into the first corner, the suspension soaks it up, the bike feels like an extension of your body. Through the whoops, it's light. In the air, it's stable. The clutch is featherlight, the brakes are sharp, and the gear shifts feel crisp. Every throttle blip delivers a punch that's just as addictive as it is precise. This isn't just a bike, it's a weapon. And when you're on the track, it makes you feel fast, focused, and alive. Conclusion. Thanks for joining us here at Bike Focus Reviews for this complete breakdown of the Kawasaki KX 250. From top speed and pricing to hands-on riding experience and maintenance, we've covered everything you need to know. If you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below with your thoughts or questions. Want us to cover the YZ250F next? Or maybe a full 2-stroke versus 4-stroke comparison? Let us know. Until next time, ride safe, ride smart, and keep it pinned.